Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Campbell's Coins. Should you stack American Silver Eagles or generic silver? It is a hot button issue within the stacking community and one that I'm sure has been done to death, but I wanted to bring my fresh perspective to the whole thing. Both are minted in the millions, both contain 1 ounce of pure silver, but each has their own pros and cons. Stick around until the end of this video because I will be telling you what I'm stacking, but what is best for your stack. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each of these coming up. Alright, I just wrote some pros and cons for each one. American Silver Eagle is on your left, generic silver is on the right. We have under American Silver Eagle, it's more liquid, more recognizable, more trusted. There's a higher premium. And of course, I have a Silver Eagle there. And then over on this side, generic silver is cheaper, but you have generic designs. You do get more for your money, but there is a low demand, and I will get into all of these reasons and the pros and cons of each in just a second. When I first started stacking a little over 2 years ago, I went for generic silver. I grabbed as much of this as I could for as low as I could get it. But over time, my thinking evolved when I saw pricing and liquidity of some items. As of filming this on March 5th, 2020, spot price for silver is $17.50, and I will be using that price in my examples. Of course, there are many factors affecting the actual price you pay for generic silver rounds or American Silver Eagles. So, for the sake of this video, I'm using average premiums on these items and assuming one is paying cash and doesn't have to deal with a tax charge. Also, this video is primarily set or aimed at those within the United States. And before I get into anything, I just wanted to highlight, so this, if you don't know, is what a American Silver Eagle looks like. If my camera will focus. And this is what a generic round looks like. This one happens to be a buffalo round. There are many manufacturers who make buffalo rounds. And this one happens to come from the Golden State Mint. But as you see, there's no date. There's no value, which means it's not backed by any one country. And additionally, generic silver doesn't come in just one size like the American Silver Eagle. The American Silver Eagle comes in a 1 ounce coin, but generic silver comes in 2 ounce versions. And this also happens to be from the Golden State Mint. Comes in 5 ounce versions. And as you can see here, the designs are pretty exact. This one actually has a date, 2015. But it doesn't show where it was made. This one does. But what a generic round will do, or a bar, it will tell you how many troy ounces of silver is in it, and then it'll also tell you how fine. And most of them are 999 fine silver. So these are from 2 different companies, but you know, they look the exact same. They're just minted at different facilities. And then here is a bar. This is from SD bullion. It's a We the People Liberty Bell. And then finally a 10-ounce bar. And this just has a small copy of a Morgan in the center here. I don't know who actually makes this one. That might be, I think it's HM down here. But, so, generic silver isn't specific to just 1 ounce, and it's not specific to just this one design, the Buffalo design. People will talk about the Buffalo design because it's probably the most popular, but as you can see, it comes in many designs, and all of these are minted in the millions every single year. So let's start off with price. American Silver Eagles command a higher premium over generic silver rounds, usually $2 to $3 over spot. Occasionally, they can be found for cheaper, but typically it's $2 to $3. What that means is, if the spot price is $17.50, like it is today, they will usually sell for around $20. Generic silver rounds have a much lower premium, usually between 30 cents and 50 cents. So a silver spot price of $17, that puts these rounds at around $17.80 a piece, or per ounce of silver. At minimum, generic silver rounds are around $2 less per ounce over the American Silver Eagle. For argument's sake, let's say you have $1,000 to spend on silver. How many American Silver Eagles can one purchase versus generic silver? With the prices I mentioned above, we can purchase 50 American Silver Eagles for $1,000. Or we can purchase 56 generic silver rounds. And I'm talking about 1 ounce rounds, of course. And you would still have $3.20 left over. By purchasing generic silver, we can pick up 6 more ounces of silver and still have enough money for a gallon of gas. Given that price difference, why would anyone want Silver Eagles? I feel that there are 3 main reasons for this price difference. First, authenticity. Generic rounds are faked pretty frequently. Silver Eagles are faked too, but not as often, because the Silver Eagle is a government-backed coin, and that means it incurs a heavier penalty for manufacturing these illegally.
Police! Don't move! Drop your weapons! Drop it! Or be dropped, homeboy! I hope you like prison food and penis.
There is a trust factor included with this premium. If you are buying American Silver Eagles from an accredited dealer, these coins are shipped to them directly from the US Mint. If they are secondhand ASEs, that's American Silver Eagles for short, chances are high this accredited dealer has tested the silver and what they are selling is indeed a Silver Eagle. If you are buying rounds from a guy off Craigslist or off eBay, I would be more leery. The amount of fakes entering the market increases when the spot price increases. One can purchase American Silver Eagle test kits like this one. It tests the width, diameter, and weight of the coin. Again, if one is buying from a reputable dealer, one wouldn't have to worry about fakes. The second is demand. If you need to sell your silver to a coin shop or an online dealer, there is a price difference between the two. When selling American Silver Eagles, you will get that premium back. More than likely, and depending upon condition, you can get 50 cents to $1 over spot for them. Not only will you get a slight premium, but dealers are more likely to buy your Silver Eagles over the generic silver rounds. If you need to sell your generic rounds, you'll be lucky to get 50 cents to $1 under spot price for them. Prices depend on the market and the condition of your coins or rounds. In 2008, when the stock market crashed, the precious metals market crashed too. The spot price of silver dropped from $15 to $7 almost overnight. However, American Silver Eagles carried a huge premium. They were selling for $18 to $30 at this time, all while spot price was $7. That was before the US Mint began minting ASEs in the tens of millions, so the supply for them was a lot lower. Regardless of the high mintages, it hasn't dampened demand. These coins are very popular and extremely liquid. The third reason for this price difference is trust. An American Silver Eagle is the most popular and the most recognizable of government bullion in the world. Minted by the United States government, the American Silver Eagle consists of 1 troy ounce of silver with 3 nines fine purity and a face value of $1 backed by the federal government. It is a beautiful design and highly desirable even with millions of them in existence. Demand wouldn't be this high if they weren't popular. So what happens if you try to sell these American Silver Eagles versus the generic silver rounds? Let's say spot price of silver rises to $22 and you're ready to trade your silver in. Not saying that one should do this, but let's say you do. For the American Silver Eagle, let's say this buyback price is $23. And for the generic silver round, it's $21.50. If we took the numbers from before when we bought $1,000 worth of American Silver Eagles and $1,000 worth of generic silver, we would get 50 American Silver Eagles times 23, and that would equal $1,150 for the American Silver Eagles. Again, if we took our number before from purchasing $1,000 worth of generic silver, we would have the 56 ounces times $21.50. That would equal $1,204 for the generic. As you can tell, you would get more money back if you were selling your generic silver versus your American Silver Eagles simply because you had more of them. And that difference between those two numbers is $54. A $54 difference in buyback. So generic silver wins in the buyback category. However, this number could dramatically decrease if you find a place with a larger buyback price for the American Silver Eagles. Of course, these exercises depend on where you try to sell them. I'm using averages, and I know these amounts could be more or less. This is just an average, guys. On the other hand, if silver price drops and you try to sell, some dealers won't buy generic. So if you needed to offload your generic silver in an emergency, you might be stuck with it because the dealer simply won't be buying. A dealer will always be buying American Silver Eagles because they can always sell them. So ASEs wins in the demand category. I've gotten some American Silver Eagles for spot, and I don't purchase them if they are more than a $2 premium. You have to know where to look, and they may not be in BU, which is brilliant uncirculated condition, but you can get them for a good price. Conversely, one can often get generic silver rounds for spot. JM Bullion has a program where a first-time buyer can get 10 generic silver rounds from them at spot pricing. You won't be able to choose which rounds you get, and more than likely they'll be the Buffalo rounds that I have here, but you are getting silver for spot pricing. Ultimately, it is up to you and what you think would be best for your stack. Stack whatever you can afford. I feel ASEs and generic rounds are equally important to stack. If you can get ASEs for close to spot, get those. If you can get generic rounds for spot pricing, definitely get those. Diversity is key when it comes to a stack. I stack both American Silver Eagles and generic silver rounds. And I'm okay with that disparity because I can get more silver for the money. I don't plan on letting some of my silver go until the prices rise much higher anyways. 1 ounce of silver is still 1 ounce of silver. By the time I'm selling or trading off my silver, that $2.50 ASE premium won't mean anything. I tell my friends and family to start off their stack with ASEs. It's a safe bet. Until one knows how to spot a fake, they should be buying items with low risk and high liquidity. And the ASE fits that bill perfectly. What are you putting in your stack? Do you prefer one over the other? Let me know in the freaking comments below. I try to respond to everyone who drops a comment. I feel like if you take the time to watch my video and leave a comment, I can take the time to respond. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.